Item 9, proclamation recognizing Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Mark Waller, Commissioner, Chairman, Board of County Commissioners.
I think kind of choked on that chairman word there. Kidding. That's right. I move the following proclamation. It's the proclamation recognizing Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Whereas the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, and dedicated his life to promoting peace, freedom, equality, and justice for all through nonviolent means. And whereas federal and state legislation has recognized the legacy of the Reverend Dr. King as one of America's outstanding civil rights leaders by designating the third Monday in January as a federal holiday. And whereas on August 28, 1963, the Reverend Dr. King delivered a historic speech at the Lincoln Memorial, which called for an end to racism in the United States, saying, "Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, and so, though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out of the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." And whereas the Reverend Dr. King also said in his historic address, "And this will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado." And whereas the campaign for a federal holiday in honor of Dr. King began soon after his assassination in 1968, and President Ronald Reagan signed the holiday into law in 1983, and was subsequently first observed 3 years later. And whereas every year events are held across multiple days in the Pikes Peak region to commemorate and highlight the legacy of the Reverend Dr. King. And whereas El Paso County proudly recognizes the spirit, determination, and achievements of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now, therefore, the Board of County Commissioners of El Paso County, Colorado, hereby recognizes January 21st, 2019 as Martin Luther King Jr. Day to honor the accomplishments and sacrifices of those who work to ensure equality, dignity, and opportunity for all. Done the 17th day of January 2019 in Colorado Springs, Colorado. It's signed by the Board of County Commissioners, Mark Waller, Chair, Lohinas Gonzales, Jr., Vice Chair, Stan Vanderwerff, Holly Williams, and Cammie Brimmer, Commissioners. And it's attested to by our Clerk and Recorder, Chuck Browerman.
Second.
All right, you have the floor.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Waller, and all the other commissioners for making this proclamation. It's kind of become a tradition, and we're very proud to have your support for the Martin Luther King Day legacy, celebrating the legacy of Dr. King. Also, the reason I'm here, my name is Steve Flynn. I'm here with Kimber Peterson, and we're part of the planning committee for the Martin Luther King Day event that takes place at Colorado College each year. This year, next Monday, 8 o'clock in the morning, probably all the tickets are sold out. People can come and sit in the bleachers. We'll have a great program as usual. So again, just thank you very much for that, and we're proud to be a part of this tradition too.
Ma'am? Is there anybody else in the audience that would like to speak on this proclamation today? All right, well, seeing none, we'll bring it up here for commissioner comment. Commissioner Vanderwerff?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You know, it's been my honor to be part of this, proclamation, to vote on it, and I will be voting for it over the last couple of years as commissioner. And you know, I shared this last year with you all, but I think it's, for me, it's very, very important. For those of you that don't know, my father was a minister and marched with Dr. Martin Luther King in the mid-'60s when I was 4 years old. We were living in Columbus, Ohio, so when he was in Columbus and working with churches there, that's when my father was working with Martin Luther King. And one of the things my dad did He worked on what was called regional and local ecumenism. And for those of you who don't know that word, especially for the students in the audience today, ecumenism means getting churches to work together. So this is so important for our faith-based community. It makes no difference who you are and where you are. If you're a member of a church, we have common ground and we can work together. And you know, one of my favorite quotes, and I'm not going to quote it exactly, from Martin Luther King, he said that it's not the color of our skin, but the strength of our character that counts. I love that quote, because that is what counts. So Martin Luther King, hero to America, hero to me. I'm proud to be part of this, and I'm so glad that we are here today to continue to celebrate this great man. Thank you.
Commissioner Brimmer.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your leadership and planning a community event. Congratulations on a sold-out event. Thank you for being here. And I am a solid yes on this one and full support of recognizing Monday as Martin Luther King Day.
Commissioner Gonzales.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And, you know, I just appreciate all the hard work you guys do to put this on. I've gone to the last several events on this, and it's just wonderful. You guys do a great job. And we are today because of what the people did before us, whether it was the founding fathers giving us this great country, to those who fought the hard fight in the 60s, allowing us the opportunity to do what we can today. Yeah, even just, you know, a couple of decades ago, even just a few years ago, issues that continue to come forward that we still must, you know, push forward on and improve on and be better as citizens of this great country. We're always reaching for that improvement. And so I ask us all to just kind of love our brothers and sisters, do what we can for our communities, do what we can for each other. And I'll use one of my favorite quotes as well, because I do appreciate everything that has come before us. And, you know, one of his great quotes, of course, was that darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. So thank you for all you do for us. I'm here for you, for this community, and for all those in need. So God bless and thank you for this.
Commissioner Williams.
It's just a great honor to be able to vote for this resolution, a great man at a great time. So appreciate it very much.
Well, I appreciate all the comments from my colleagues up here on the dais, and certainly when I go to DC, I think about this. Took me a while to find it, but once I finally found the memorial dedicated to Dr. King, it's one of my favorite places to go. Yeah, in fact, Commissioner Gonzales and I have been there together a couple of times. I love the symbolism of it. I love that Dr. King is kind of coming out of the mountain and out of the rock and emerging, and I think that you know, really demonstrates what his legacy is all about, and it couldn't have been done better. So obviously incredibly proud to be here and support this resolution today, and you know, I look forward to doing all we can to continue Dr. King's legacy to make sure that we're advancing our society in the way that we're supposed to. All right, with that, I'll call the roll. I did get a second, correct? All right, Commissioner Brimmer.
Aye.
Commissioner Vanderwerff.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Gonzales.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. That passes 5-0. We will stand in a brief recess for a picture.